UFC 320. This is the full card predictions. Magomed Ankalaev taking on Alex Poatan Pereira in the rematch. We have some very good, fantastic bouts on the card here, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Machine taking on the Sandman. We have Jiri and Khalil, Uncle Josh Emmett's coming back. The Golden Boy Edmen Shabazian. We have Joe Pyfer. Man, some good fights. There's some good fights. And this just in, we have Ozzy Diaz pulling out, actually bitching it against Atiba Guitierrez, the guy that's actually literally the mini Nuganu, the power, precise, the patient Atiba Guitierrez, man. What an absolute specimen. The guy's 23 years old. And can you blame an Ozzy Diaz for backing out? Not really, because, if you've signed it and you're in it, what are you doing? Fight. Be a man. You know what I mean? Just do it. Just go out there and try. You know what I mean? Even though you probably weren't going to make 2 minutes. I don't know. Withdrawing, it's whatever. The guy didn't want to lose. He's probably got that. He doesn't have many brain cells left, so he probably didn't want to lose too many more. Anyway, we have a good card here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it. First fight on the night, we have Dan Hardy's wife, Veronica Hardy, taking on Brogan Walker. Veronica Hardy, she's 9-5 with she's 29 years old, 64-inch reach. She's she's good on the feet, man. She's got good, nice boxing. I actually respect her boxing, man. She's got good hands, you know what I mean? And she's got a good pace. She's got that, she wants to go in and she wants to fight, man. She wants to fight for every second of the fight, you know what I mean? There's no stalling. She wants to go out there and win. You know what I mean? That's her mentality. And on the other hand, we have Brogan Walker. She's 7-4. She's been out for 2 years and 5 months. You know what I mean? She lost a decision to Lucindo, which is, in hindsight, not a really bad loss to lose on points. Lucindo is not that bad. But, being out for 2 years and 5 months, and she's 36 years old, she's got a 3-inch reach advantage here, but at the end of the day, taking on Veronica Hardy after 2 years and 5 months, plus, at 36 years old, it is a big ask. It is a big ask. So I've got Veronica Hardy by any means necessary. She's going to win. Veronica Hardy's going to win. She's going to start the night off, the card, with a good win. Moving to the next fight on the night, we have Brahimaj in the welterweight division, taking on Austin Vanderford. Austin Vanderford, Paige Van Zam's fucking husband, boyfriend, whatever. He's made it. You know what I mean? Lucky bastard. They do fucking OnlyFans and shit. I don't know, apparently. But, what's the guy fighting for? You know what I mean? Fuck. You'd be an absolute fucking multi-millionaire just doing that shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, he's 13-2. He's not bad. He's a good all-round fighter, man. He's good on the feet. You can tell he likes it to the ground. He got a second round TKO against Nikolai Veretennikov. Some may say that was his debut too. Some may say that was a late stoppage, but what are you going to do? You want to sit there and use your forehead to fight back? You know what I mean? And just keep taking damage for the next fucking 20 seconds to your forehead, thank the ref, man. You know what I mean? You couldn't. You had your arm pinned and you're getting your forehead pumped. You know what I mean? So, Nikolai Veretennikov, what are you complaining about? You could have lost way more brain cells than you wanted to. But anyway, he has a 74-inch reach. He has a 2-inch reach advantage over Brahimaj. Brahimaj, he's good on the ground. I had him. Billy Ray Goff came in on short notice, but he got choked out. I had Brahimaj to win regardless in my picks. He's 12-5. He's pretty good. He's got power in his hands. He's got very good power in his hands. And he's a submission specialist. But, he's 32 years old. But at the end of the day, I feel position over submission again. Austin Vanderford's going to find a way to win. Austin Vanderford's very good. If he's on the feet, he's very good at throwing 1-2 combinations and coming back off the back foot and throwing another couple of combinations. He's very good at working off the back foot, in ways. but he's kind of he's one of those guys. If I was to see a like an upset, like a holy shit moment, it might be Ramiz Brahimaj in this fight, but I have a feeling Austin Vanderford's going to grind out a 29-28 decision. So give me Austin Vanderford by decision. Moving on up the card, we have Soriano taking on Veretennikov. Hawaiian blood in Soriano. He's 11-4. At 170, he's looking fantastic, man. At welterweight, like he's carries some power in those hands, man. And I feel like he's 32 years old. That's interesting. Okay, so he's got an 1.5 inch disadvantage in reach. I don't think that's really going to play a factor. Training out at Extreme Couture. I just feel like on the other hand, we have Veretennikov. He's 13-6. He's 35 years old. He's coming out of Kazakhstan, but obviously fighting out of California. King's MMA. But, at the end of the day, Soriano, he's very good at guarding up, putting up his guard, taking a couple of shots, moving forward, bang, bang, throwing over some powerful hands and catching you when you're throwing. So he's kind of like guarding up, using his guard and just catching you when you're throwing. And I feel like that's going to be the story of the fight here, man. Veretennikov, yeah, he's pretty athletic as an individual. He's long. He seems long. He seems longer than, what they're saying. But I feel like a Puna Soriano he's carrying that good power. He's carrying that nice, great power in his hands, man. And if you've got an Austin Vanderford, you know what I mean? Like, kind of TKing you and hurting you. A Soriano, man, he's gonna find that chin. So give me Puna Soriano by KO. Moving on up the card, we have a Patchy Mix making his second fight in the UFC against a debuter in Jacob Wiklacz. Now, Jacob Wiklacz, he's 16-3. He's very much a ground guy. He's very much a submission specialist, if you will. He's 29 years old. He's training out of Poland. And he's got 32.5 inch reach. But on the other hand, we have Patchy Mix, right? And people are shitting on him for his last performance. Yes, you're allowed to shit on him for his last performance. Free speech matters. But he was coming in, fighting Mario Batista straight off the bat. And I'm telling you right now, Patchy Mix and Tatiana Suarez, right? They're obviously, they've said it. They get anxiety. They get stage fright. And, at the end of the day, Patchy Mix was making his UFC debut. He had the UFC lights on his forehead. And I feel like a Patchy Mix, he's got that little bit of taste for the UFC now, even though he was stuck on the feet. Just looked like a deer in headlights, just throwing straight combinations for fucking 15 minutes. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this fight is going to the ground. Okay. This fight is going to go to the ground. And if I'm going to choose either one of the two, because this fight is not going the distance, if I'm going to choose either one of the two to finish one another, I'm choosing Patchy Mix to get the submission over Jacob Wiklacz. Because guess what? It's going to the ground. We got Patchy Mix. He's 20-2. You know what I mean? 20 wins and 2 losses. He's going to go out there. And he's got that I think he's got that wrestling edge too. I think he's just an all-round better grappler. And this fight is going to the ground. Okay. I have a feeling. So give me Patchy Mix. Give me Patchy Mix to mix it up on the ground and get that submission. Moving on up the card, we have a Macy Chasson taking on Yana Santos in the bantamweight division. Macy Chasson, she's 10-4. Her last fight 3 months ago, lost a decision to Caitlin Vieira. She's been pretty active, you know what I mean? On the other hand, we have Yana Santos. 4 months ago, she had a good win against Misha Tate. Yana Santos, yeah, she's all right. If I'm going to, again, another one. If I'm going to see anyone getting the upset here, I'm seeing everyone choose Macy Chasson. I see maybe a Yana Santos is going to get the upset here. You know what I mean? But let's look into it. So she's 30. Yana Santos is 35 years old. She's got a 28.5-inch reach, as opposed to Macy Chasson, who's got 72-inch reach. This is at bantamweight, so Macy Chasson right there. She's just the bigger girl, it seems. And you know what? Yana Santos is the spouse to Thiago Santos. And on the other hand, we have Macy Chasson, and Macy Chasson obviously plays for the same team. So if I'm going to choose any fighter here, I'm not going to go deep into this. Macy Chasson, very good on the feet. You know, she's got okay ground game, whatever, but, you know, he likes to keep it on the feet, dances around, quick on the feet, you know, nice, you know, it's whatever. But I'm going to go with the girl who plays for the same team in this fight. So I'm going to choose a Macy Chasson by decision. But at the end of the day, you know, hey, look, if you want to go with one of the upsets that may happen, Yana Santos could be your pick. But I feel like a Macy Chasson is going to get a 29-28 decision. Moving on up the card, we have a sick fight, man. Okay, this is a sick fight. We have Daniel Wiklacz Santos. This is at featherweight, taking on a Ju-Sung Yu, the Zombie Jr. You know, Korean Zombie's protege. His last fight, I absolutely called it, you know. Knew it was going to happen. You know, some people were saying, you know, oh, you know, Ju-Sung Yu could be a decision, you know. No, he was fighting Jekas Haragi. Like, these people are saying, oh, well, he's just fighting Jekas Haragi. Like, you know, it's Ju-Sung Yu all day. Well, then what do you think's going to happen? And what happened? He just laid him out flat with a nice, you know, left hook on the back foot and laid out Jekas Haragi in like 30 seconds. Flatlined him. So if you want to go see some, you know, a cool highlight KO in 2025, go check that out. But Ju-Sung Yu, very good boxing. He's 9-0. He's 31 years old, so he's very much in his prime right now. He's got a 71-inch reach. So he's got a 4-inch reach advantage over Daniel Santos. Wiklacz. Wiklacz trains out of, you know, Chuta Box. He's 30 years old. He looks like a fat featherweight. I'm just going to say it out loud. He looks like a fucking chubby featherweight. And I'm not, like, there's not many of them. Wiklacz one of them. You know what I mean? I may as well just call him Fat Cat. You know what I mean? Like, he just looks fucking chubby for featherweight. Anyway, like, this guy needs to cut weight. What are you doing? Like, after this fight, after he gets smoked by fucking Ju-Sung Yu, people are going to be saying it. You know what I mean? Like, Daniel Santos needs to cut weight. He needs to go down to fucking bantamweight. Like, what are you doing? Like, you're chubby for fucking featherweight. Anyway, he's 12-2. I'm not going to go much into this, but I truly believe Ju-Sung Yu is going to he's going to find it, man. Like, Daniel Santos is willing to move forward, and if you're going to move forward against a guy who can pick his shots well and snipe you, that's a bad move, man. And this guy doesn't have, like, that wrestling base to fucking just wrestle fuck Ju-Sung Yu. You know what I mean? So Ju-Sung Yu is going to find this guy's chin. I'm going to say maybe it's going to be the end of the first round. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Ju-Sung Yu, end of the first round, KO. Could be in the second, but we shall see. Moving on up the card, we have a bantamweight fight. Farhad Basharat, one of the better brothers of the Basharat brothers, taking on Chris Guitierrez. Farhad Basharat, he's 13-0. He's undefeated, right? You know, he got a good 11 months ago. He got a good decision over Victor Hugo, and I'm pretty sure he was a very heavy favorite in that as well. Like, Victor Hugo was like 4-1 underdog, as I can remember. But you know, went to the decision. He's 28 years old. He's 71-inch reach, so he's got that 4-inch reach advantage. He's training out of American Top Team. Chris Guitierrez. All right, Farhad Basharat, he's very good all around. He's fucking crispy as. But you know what? I don't see him getting the belt, man. He's going to get exposed eventually. Like, this guy is going to get fucking exposed, just like his brother. You know, he's going to get exposed. This guy ain't touching the belt, man. What is at bantamweight? This guy ain't touching the belt. I'm sorry. You know, I see some people talking shit glazing him like, oh, this guy, like, dude, the guy trains out of Afghanistan, and I'm not shitting on, whatever, but like the caliber of worldwide competition, this guy's coming out of Afghanistan, and he's gonna, he's good all round. Don't get me wrong, but I just, I don't see him touching that belt. Yeah, he's 13-0, but like if you're going to decision against Victor Hugo, like let's be real, Corey Sandhagen or Merab would literally like melt a Victor Hugo. Like they'd fucking destroy him. On the other hand, we have at 22-5, Chris Guitierrez. He's 34 years old. He's actually a featherweight coming down. He's coming down to bantamweight. And you know what? I'm going to make that bold prediction right here. I am going to predict that Chris Guitierrez is going to win. Chris Guitierrez is going to beat Farhad Basharat by any means necessary, and he's going to give him his first loss. That's all I got to say, man. And you know what? I'm seeing a lot of I see picks on YouTube, right, of other people, and I swear to God, they've all got the same picks. Go have a look. Go do it for yourself. Maybe one person has Jiri, then the next person has Khalil Roundtree. That's about it. It's like Khalil or Jiri is the difference. You know what I mean? Maybe I saw one guy picking Corey Sandhagen, but dead set, this whole card, people have been predicting the same picks. I don't know are people doing their tapes? I don't know, man. Hey, like, I'm just being real, man. Like, are people actually just sitting down like me and like watching fights constantly for hours? Like, I swear to God, man, like, Chris Gutierrez, he's pretty good, man. Like, he's been around for a while, He's only, like, he's 34 years old, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. But, hey, that's just my prediction, I'm just going by what I feel, you know what I mean? Like, people are all hyped up, pumped up that they got, like, only 3 wrong last card. Yeah, so what happened to their last cards? They got, like, 3 right. Anyway, my last fucking card, I got like 9 right, 4 that loss. You know what I mean? We still made money. You know what I mean? Last card, 9 right, 4 loss. That's average. You know what I mean? That's average for the punches and profits predictions. Anyway, I'm getting heated because people, you know what I mean? I think that people are being sloppy on their picks. But anyway, we'll not digress. Moving on up the card, that's why you should subscribe to Punches and Profits. Moving on up the card, we have a middleweight bout in Edmen Shabazian taking on Andre Muniz. Edmen Shabazian, man, he's been looking all right. He got a decision win against Andre Petroski. But he's 27 years old, still young. He came in with a lot of hype, and then his hype kind of died. Now he's kind of like up again. He's very good. He's a kickboxer. He keeps it on the feet. Good kickboxer, and you can tell he's been working on his ground game, like his get-ups and stuff, training out of Extreme Couture. On the other hand, we have Andre Muniz, and he got, he got hit in the temple, right? He got fucking punched in the temple. He had a delayed reaction. Temple shots are the fucking worst. He's 24-7. He's 35. And he's a submission specialist, man. He wants it to the ground. And what I found interesting is a lot of his submissions are arm bars, man. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say Andre Muniz will lock up an arm bar against Edmen Shabazian in the second round. So give me Andre Muniz by submission in the second round. Yep. That's what I'm doing. He's 35, man. Like these two, think about it. These two fighters, right? They both got the same kind of aura. You don't know what you're going to get. You know what I mean? Like sometimes Edmen Shabazian looks absolutely fucking dog shit, and sometimes he looks good. It's like a 50-50. Both of these fighters have 50-50 aura, man. Like, and then, Andre Muniz, yeah, okay, like he's been going kind of trash, but like, again, he came into the UFC with some fucking aura, you know what I mean? Like, who's this guy? Decision, win split against the Iron Turtle. That's not bad. You know what I mean? I mean, some people could argue that he did lose, but the win's right there. It's on his record. You know what I mean? Split decision win for Iron Turtle, man. Against Iron Turtle. So, and that was 1 year and 9 months ago. That's okay. But Edmen Shabazian, he can break, man. And if this goes past the first round, I feel like Edmen Shabazian's got 1 round. You know what I mean? If it goes past the second, if it goes into the second, Andre Muniz, it will find a way to get to the ground. And, you know, Edmen Shabazian is in trouble. So Andre Muniz by submission in the second round. Moving on up the card, we have a Joe Pyfer taking on a bus. Like literally a bus. He's taking on a bus. No, I'm just joking. He's taking on Abus Magomedov. And he's coming out of Germany. And he's 35 years old, right? He's very long. He's a very long striker. He's very, quick on his feet, man. He's light on his feet, long striking. He's good. I don't know, man, because, he's very good at striking, but he has one round in him. You know what I mean? And on the other hand, he does have a 4-inch reach advantage over Joe Pyfer, but a Joe Pyfer, he is 14-3, right? He has absolute cement block hands. He has power in his hands. Supposedly he's got heavier hands than Ngannou or something. I don't know. That's what I heard back in the day. He has a 75-inch reach. So, 3-inch discrepancy. Both the same height. They're both the same height at 6'2". He's 29 years old, so he's got 6 years. He's 6 years younger than the bus. You know what I mean? But, I was running this fight back in my head. I'm like, yeah, Joe Pyfer, man, he could get the knockout. Joe Pyfer's been wanting this fight. He's actually been I listened to their podcast, with fucking Sean Brady, and all that. Big fan. Just a couple of boys, a few boys just sitting around talking shit. It's fucking good shit. But Joe Pyfer, man, he's been calling out this bus, right? You know what I mean? But I'm like, yeah, Joe Pyfer, he could get the KO. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, is people sleeping on Joe Pyfer's submission game? Because if they're sleeping on his submission game, we could be thinking, anything can happen in a fight. But Joe Pyfer, man, if he could club and sub this dude, man, you never know. Regardless, Joe Pyfer's finishing this guy, and that's my pick, Joe Pyfer by finish. But, if you're leaning towards KO, don't just be close-minded with the KO, because Joe Pyfer has fucking, he trains with Sean Brady. You know what I mean? Sean Brady's one of his boys. Don't be sleeping on his submission game, man. Joe Pyfer could get a fucking submission in this fight. So I'm going to go with Joe Pyfer by KO or submission by finish. Moving on up the card, we have a featherweight bout. A featherweight bout that people are just one-sided. And I don't know why. Are people not just downloading this information from other UFC cards? Look what happened on the weekend, right? We had Neil Magny go out there, right? Old dog, Unk, and just take out a Jake Matthews. You know what I mean? We've seen it. We've seen Davey Grant. We've seen the fucking Kung Fu guy, Kung Fu master, fucking old mate. Are people what the fuck are they thinking, man? Yusuf Zalal, yeah, he's good on the feet. He's good at fencing with his fucking jab. And yes, it's the bigger cage. Take that in mind. Yeah, he's good at fucking doing this and just jabbing, you know what I mean? But there's only so much you can do. And at the same time, people are going, well, he fought Ilia Topuria when Ilia Topuria made his debut. Yeah, okay. Ilia Topuria came off the couch, right? 2 weeks notice. He had COVID. Dude, if Ilia Topuria had a fucking full camp, Yusuf Zalal's fucking head would be knocked off his shoulders. You know what I mean? It's just amazes me how people just don't just retain are we not realizing what the fuck is going on here? Yusuf Zalal, he's good. I just feel like fighting a Josh Emmett is too much right now. And even when Josh Emmett is 40 years old, you know what I mean? We've seen it. We've seen it before. We've seen Matt Brown. We've seen it before, and this is one of those fights where it's just people are just so one-sided, man. What are you doing? If there's a big upset, this is one of the fights. This is the third one now. The third one that I'm pointing out. Josh Emmett can most definitely win this fight, okay? This isn't one-sided at all. And I just amazes me. Yusuf Zalal, yeah, he's jabbing around the outside. And then at moments he's hesitating right in front of his opponent. But his opponents have been so fucking stupid. Ilya wanted to take him to the ground more, yeah, but like the guy came off the couch, had COVID. He was on 2 weeks' notice and was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll take the fight. It just amazes me, man. Like, to do that is out of this world. 2 weeks off the couch, coming off COVID. I think he actually had COVID when they called him up. When they called Ilya up, yeah, I'll take it. Had COVID. He was sick. Fuck. Anyway, Yusuf Zalal, 17-5. He's training out of Factory Muay Thai X. All right, he's got a 72-inch reach, so he's got this 2-inch reach advantage. I just feel like, he's 29 years old. Yeah, Josh Emmett, he's 40, but Josh Emmett's got those genes. And yes, I've played this fight out time and time again in my head. And yes, I do see a Josh Emmett like just like eating those fucking jabs and just trying to get in on the side. But at the end of the day, like once and when Josh Emmett closes that distance, closes that void, a Yusuf Zalal can just sometimes, he's just so sitting there and hittable to be fucking hit, man. Like, he's not this guy on his bike for fucking 15. Yeah, like we've seen it against fucking Kelvin Cater, yes. He submitted Jack Shaw. Yes, very good win. Very good win. This was 10 months ago. Very good win. Kelvin Cater by decision. Very good. I just feel like, if there's going to be an upset, man, it's this. But you know what? We'll see. Josh Emmett. We'll see it right now. Josh Emmett. He's lost to submission once by Yadir. Triangle choke. There you go. I'm going Yusuf Zalal by submission. There you go. But if there's a upset, if there's any fucking fight on this card that's going to be an upset, it's this fight. And you're going to see a Yusuf Zalal get fucking KO'd. You know what I mean? Like, just sometimes just standing there. But he's got the big cage to work with. Yep, I see it. It's good. I've just got this weird feeling, man. Like, sometimes I've got these weird feelings, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes my thought process is right. You know what I mean? But anyway, I got Yusuf Zalal by submission, man. I do. I feel like Yusuf Zalal can get a submission. That's what I feel. But, at the end of the day, Josh Emmett's going to close that distance, and it's going to be a nail biter. But that's just me. You know what I mean? Just like fucking Colby Thickness, man. Like, fuck. Like, yeah, I trusted him. I trusted Colby Thickness, but fuck, man. Second round, I was sweating. You know what I mean? Like, I was nail biting. This, like, fuck. Anyway, that guy needs to fucking sharpen up his tools. Anyway, Yusuf Zalal, submission over Josh Emmett. Moving on to the third last fight on the night. We have, at light heavyweight, we have Jiri Prohaska taking on Khalil Roundtree. Khalil Roundtree is 14-6. He's 35 years old. He got a good win over Jamal Hill on decision. It was a good win. It was a good win. He showcased some good striking. Before that, got TKO'd in, I believe, the third round, at the end of the third round, or fourth round, by Alex Pereira. He just took a bit of damage, but, the first two rounds, man, and I was telling people, like, Khalil Roundtree has a chance here, man. He has a chance, you know what I mean? And he did. For the first two rounds, he had a chance, and he looked all right. But at the end of the day, Alex Pereira just too good, too rangy, just pieced him. And I feel like that's the downfall with Khalil Roundtree, man. Like, if he's going up against guys that are rangy with good hands, a fucking Jamal Hill does not have good hands, okay? Let's get this out right now, and let's fucking observe that. Jamal Hill has not good hands. He has better kicks than he has his hands. That's why he's been absolutely getting obliterated in the top 5, you know what I mean? Or he miraculously got the belt against a fucking old Glover Teixeira. But other than that, like, that's why all these young bucks are just beating Jamal Hill, because he just doesn't have, he has one bomb overhand. That's, and like, that's not going to get you title reigns, you know what I mean? Title fights just reigning, you know what I mean? Like, anyway, he should have just known better. He should have just been at a fucking boxing gym for a full fucking year just boxing. You know what I mean? Jamal Hill. But anyway, can't turn back time now. Khalil Roundtree fighting out of Syndicate MMA. And he's taken on Jiri Prochazka. He's 31-5, and he's 32 years old. Very long. He's very long and rangy. He's got like a 3.5-inch reach advantage. So yeah, Khalil Roundtree, he's in trouble here. Okay, he really is. A Khalil Roundtree is in trouble, man. Like a Jiri Prochazka with that new head movement and how he moves his head. Like his last fight, he showcased against Jamal Hill, TKO'd him. Like, he looked good, man. He looked like he knew to work on that move in his head. He knew. He's probably been watching his tape, his own fights, and going, I've got a problem here. Like, I need to start moving my head or else I'm going to be losing too many brain cells as I get older. And that's a very smart decision because against this fight here, that's going to come very much in handy against a Khalil Roundtree. And I have a Jiri Prochazka by 3rd round TKO. So give me Jiri Prochazka by 2nd or 3rd round TKO. It could go decision. You know, Jiri's every fight he's been in has been a fucking finish. I think as I can remember off my notes. But you know, I think that it's going to be competitive the 1st round. It's going to be back and forth the 2nd round. This is how I'm playing. This is how I've been playing it out in my head. 3rd round, Jiri just takes out a Khalil Roundtree by damage. Khalil Roundtree just is bloody, you know, just fucking cut all over his face. Jiri Prochazka is probably going to get one of those nice fucking back elbows. You know what I mean? When Khalil Roundtree is coming in, back elbow, bang, that's probably going to fucking get really good damage on fucking Khalil Roundtree, bust up his nose. And I got a Jiri Prochazka by 3rd round TKO. Moving to the co-main event. And this is a spicy one. This is a very spicy one because everyone's leaning Merab. I saw one guy, you know, leaning fucking Sandhagen. And, you know, let's just say, you know, machines can break down when it's got sand in it. You know what I mean? But let's break it down. And this is probably the toughest test Merab Dvalishvili has had in his career. And I'm just going to say it out now because Corey Sandhagen's coming in hungry. He's coming in, you know, often, or like, you know, it's not a bad decision lost against Umar. Like the way he fought, man, he fought, you know, with hunger and he didn't let Umar control him too much. You know, at least he tried. You know, Umar is better at controlling people on the ground than Merab, in my opinion. Hey, in my opinion, I think Umar, but then again, you know, we saw Merab fucking, you know, grappling Umar. So it's very, very hairy, this one. Like, and, you know, I've been going back and forth. This isn't clear cut, in my opinion. It just isn't. Like, it isn't clear cut, man. Like, this fight is Merab's hardest test. But I'll give you, you know, let's say Merab chokes out Corey Sandhagen. Yeah, that could happen. Let's say Corey Sandhagen goes out there and wins on decision. That could happen. And this has been one of the hardest fights for me to pick or predict this year. You know what I mean? In my spare time. Like, it's just, you know, Merab's 34 years old. Corey Sandhagen is 33. But the odds here suggest that, like, it's going to be a washout. And that's the thing with, like, Merab could go out there and we've seen Aljo choke out Corey Sandhagen in the 1st round. You know what I mean? And that's one of Merab's best mates. It's just, like, it's hard. It's hard for me to pick this one. But anyway, Corey Sandhagen, he's fighting out of Elevation Fight Team. And they've got a good team over there. Whitman, you know, he's training with Whitman. It's good. Very good. He's 33 years old. He's going to have a 2-inch reach advantage. And, you know, Corey Sandhagen and Sean O'Malley have very close styles. They do. But they're very far apart. They have similar styles, but they're very far apart, you know, in the sense of just what they do. Like, Corey Sandhagen has been working on his fucking takedown defense. He's been working on his ground game. He's much better on the ground than O'Malley. Much better. I truly believe that. Like, Corey Sandhagen's got he's got better volume, he has better, like Sean O'Malley has as good of volume, but Corey Sandhagen has like more, I just think, power in his volume. Sean O'Malley's got more power in his sniping shots, if that makes sense. Corey Sandhagen in his tool bag has better knees, better weapons with his knees. Sean O'Malley has better fucking overhand right sniping shots. So if you were to say that what works better in a fight against Merab in a 5-round fight here, Corey Sandhagen's style works much better in a 5-round fight against the machine Merab Dvalishvili. He is 20 wins, 4 losses. He's 34 years old. And, you know, he's out coming out of Syndicate MMA. He's got a 2-inch reach disadvantage. But, you know, that's not going to really, it could play a factor. Corey Sandhagen, I think that he's a little bit more longer than that, than 70 inch, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes. It's hard, but I'm going to make a bold movement here. And I'm going to say Corey Sandhagen wins on a decision. And that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I think he takes 3 rounds. Merab's got 2. I think Merab most likely is going to probably do competitive rounds in the 4th and 5th. I feel like Corey Sandhagen's going to take the 1, 2, and 3. And, you know, 4 could be up in the air. You know, yes, Merab eventually will start to take him down, maybe in the 4th, maybe in the 3rd, you know, but I think Corey Sandhagen is going to make it way harder than Merab's going to make out. And I think Merab could be underestimating here. And at the end of the day, you're taking more fights, you're taking more titles, the harder it gets, man. And, you know, it's Merab's one-dimensional, fun style to watch. Someone's figuring out eventually, like, these styles are going to die off. You know what I mean? When people start to realize takedown defense, position over submission is very much key. Merab's style is going to be like blacksmithing in back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But hey, that's my opinion. Corey Sandhagen on decision. Moving up to the main event of the evening, we have Magomed Ankalaev taking on Alex Pereira 2. Magomed Ankalaev, he obviously beat Alex Pereira in the decision last fight. And yes, I did call that. I think Magomed Ankalaev on decision was like 8-1, 7-1, as I can remember. Very good. That was a very good pick. Didn't do videos back then, but that was a very good pick. Yeah, I truly believe that, you know, at the end of the day, Alex Pereira, he just seems like he has much of a bigger record than he has 12-3. He's been doing movies, Alex Pereira, you know what I mean? They complained his last fight that he wasn't in his full shape, but we've heard this before, you know, every time, like, not every time, but recently, in recent Alex Pereira fights, no, he's not been the same. Alex Pereira, when he TKO'd fucking Khalil Roundtree, he had a cold. Like, you won. You know what I mean? Like, you beat him. Just don't even say anything. Don't go out there and say, I had a cold. You beat Khalil Roundtree. You don't have to go out there and say, oh, he was sick. I was sick. Like, fuck, man. And I love Poatan, but, like, fuck. Anyway, very competitive fight. But, you know, in the first 2 rounds, you could see, Magomed Ankalaev was very not hesitant, but he was finding his range first round. Second round, he actually ended up clipping Alex Pereira. He got a couple of good shots in. And I truly believe in this fight, right? So we got Magomed Ankalaev. He's got a 5-inch reach disadvantage. So he had to have a round to feel out the reach. Alex Pereira, he's got an 80-inch reach, right? I truly believe that in this fight, we're going to see Magomed Ankalaev push that pace straight off the bat first round, man. The way he came out in that second round, third round, he's going to do that straight off the bat first round. And I think that Alex Pereira is going to fucking crumble here, man. And it's sad because, you know, Alex Pereira, he's 38 years old. Magomed Ankalaev, he's 33. He's in his prime, you know. Well, he's not even in his fucking prime yet. Fuck. They're light heavyweights. His prime's probably 34. You know what I mean? Fuck. So give me Magomed Ankalaev by second or third round TKO. Second or third round TKO. And I say this because Magomed Ankalaev has got a taste for fucking Alex Pereira's distance, his void, knows how he's moving. You know, yes, Alex Pereira has that too against Magomed Ankalaev. But, you know, Alex Pereira still has that worry. Oh, is he going to take me to the ground? Is he, you know, yeah, Alex Pereira held himself well. Like, actually, he you know, you can see Magomed Ankalaev really wanting to take it to the ground. But at the end of the day, I truly believe Magomed Ankalaev has got a scent for this, striking on the feet with Alex Pereira now. And he knows, yep, I know your power. I know to move forward now. I know your low kicks, pal. You know, Alex Pereira, his low kicks were fucking savage. And I can't believe one thing that I was worried about in the first fight was Alex Pereira's calf kicks. And I was like, fuck, I don't know if Magomed Ankalaev can take those, but I think Magomed Ankalaev will, with his in and out pressure, can work a decision. This one here, obviously this was before I did videos. This one here, I think Magomed Ankalaev has got the scent for his fucking power. He knows what is going to be thrown at him, and he can fucking counter that and put on the pressure. And that is exactly what Alex Pereira does not like. Give me Magomed Ankalaev, second or third round TKO. Could be the fourth. Anyway, this is your host, Nick Collins. This is Patchy and Profits. I'm out. Peace.